What's going on, guys? Welcome to the channel. My name is Jay Seals. This is my first trading video on this channel. Basically, this channel is just going to be a video diary for me, reviewing my trades so I can go back and see what I did right and what I did wrong on the week. Also, I'll be talking about psychology and other things that I'm going through personally in my trading journey. So if it's something that you guys are interested in, then definitely follow along with me. I'm going to be trying to drop at least a video weekly on, my trading journey, just updating you guys on what's going on. And then on top of that, whatever else is going on during the week that I feel like making a video on, I'll make a video on. So for this video, I'm gonna be breaking down this week of trading. I took 6 trades this week. I've sized down. Normally I trade a mini. I'm trading 5 micros because it's way more volatile than it usually is. So I decided to size down for this week. I am trading on Top Step. This is a 50K account. So I've been trading this account for a while. I started trading it in like November, but I was also trading other accounts. So I just kind of like slowly grew this account, but it's pretty close to being funded. It's about $1,200 off. You can see the account's up $1,800. 52% win rate, taking 13 wins and 12 losses, have a profit factor of 2.75. And I've got 8 winning days compared to 5 losing days. And then I got an average win loss of 2.5. So basically, my winners are about 2.5 times larger than my losses. So that's like an overview of the entire account. You guys are kind of catching it kind of towards the tail end of it. But if I do end up getting the account funded, then this will be the account that I use to trade to hopefully get a payout. So you guys will see that. But let's look at this week's stats. All right, so flipping back to this week, I'm up $465 on the week at a 66% win percentage. Took 6 trades, 4 wins, 2 losses, but really 2 of those wins were break even. So really it's more like 2, 2, and 2, but TradeZilla doesn't really count that. Profit factor of a 2.76. So my wins again were much larger than my losses. And then my day wins was 50%. So I had 2 green days and then 2 red days. And then the average win loss was about $182 to $132. So I end up being a 1.38. So not bad for the week. I'm gonna break down my 2 winners that I have for the week and then 1 loss I have for the week that I think I can really learn from and something that I struggle with and something that I'm trying to eliminate from my trading. All right, so the first trade that I took on the week was a pretty nice winner. It was a 14-point winner, and I was one and done for the day. So pretty much for this trade, what my thesis was I was waiting for strong buying out of demand. I'm a supply and demand trader, and what we've been seeing lately is a downtrend. So I wanted to see strong buying coming into the market before I took the market long. Um, as you can see by the candlesticks, the market was coming down. We were making lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, and I wanted to see that broken. So as soon as I saw this high broken with this very strong buying, I was just looking for a pullback to get long. I end up getting long right at 58.25.50, and then the market ended up rallying really nicely. I was only in this trade for like 10-ish minutes or so. Profit target hit, and that was pretty much it. I used Bookmap to confirm my setup. So I'm going to show you guys what I saw on Bookmap that made me really want to take the market long. So we're here on Bookmap. I have a video on our other channel, the Trader Shop, that I share with T Hobbs that explains like all of Bookmap. But pretty much what you see here is pause the video. The red bubbles are sellers, the green bubbles are buyers, and then limit orders above and below price are buying and selling orders. So that's just like a really quick breakdown. If you guys want to know more, just let me know. I can make a whole video on this channel as well. But replaying my data real fast. This is from that same day, the 13th of January. And what you can see is we filled the bid here, but we're just kind of consolidating in the market. The market just opened up. And so I'm just kind of being patient, just waiting to see if we can break over those highs that I was talking about from before. So you see, we got the high here, we got the other high here. So there's a little bit of resistance right here. All right, so you can see that the market is finding it really hard to get above this resistance at 58.24-ish area. So I'll go ahead and just draw a line here. And the market is basically using this as resistance. 1, 2, 3 times. The market's finding it very hard to get above. But we're going to see this very strong buying come in with not a lot of resistance from sellers. Really nice breakout happening right here. And as soon as I see this and I see these highs being taken, I get very interested in trying to take the market long. And I end up drawing a just like a horizontal or a rectangle box here where this buying really started. So right about this area right here. And I'm just waiting for the market to pull back. The market pulls back really nicely into this area right here. I'm gonna slow down the tape a little bit. And as you can see, a whole bunch of selling starts to hit the tape as we're starting to pull back into this area. A nice bid comes into the market here, and I'm pretty much just waiting for the market to show me a sign that it wants to go higher. We're gonna pull back down one more time, and the selling is starting to like really get exhausted, and I'm getting long like right in this area here. As I'm seeing the buying start to kind of come in, the market's gonna consolidate for a little bit longer here, but then eventually, if I speed this up a little bit, the market's gonna end up rallying from this area. So there we go. We get a really nice rally coming out of here. Speed up the tape a little bit more. We're going to dip back down one more time. And on every single dip, the market is going to end up holding. Buyers are going to end up coming in. And eventually, this thing is going to take off. And I'm going to get a really nice 14-point win with my stop loss below this low here. I think I was only risking like 3 or 4 points on the trade. So nothing too crazy. But every single time we come down into this box, we're continuing to hold. We're not giving up this box, and that's what I like to see to stay in this trade. So speed this up a little bit more just so that this video doesn't take forever. But eventually, this thing's gonna take off. Even more selling, still not being able to break the low. And one thing that I look for too down here is the CVD. I look for CVD divergences. So if I wasn't already in long down here, I would definitely be in long over here because basically the CVD shows the amount of buying to selling pressure that we have. And whenever the CVD is making new lows, but the chart's not making new lows, it's a good opportunity to get long because it's telling me that sellers are potentially trapped down here. So the market ends up taking off. And like I said, I've been in long now for a good little minute, maybe about like 5, 6 minutes until the market really ends up getting going. I believe this day was PPI, and this day kind of messed me up with the way I was kind of thinking about the market because I was a little bit more bullish than I was bearish on the day. And what you can see, hindsight being 2020 was that we had really nice resistance right here. And what sucked was that I was looking to take the market short in this area down to this 58.83 level, which was my prior high of day. And I missed the trade. I didn't take it short, only to watch the market dump. And then my next plan was, okay, if the market can hold here, then I'll look to take the market long. And again, I just kind of watched this trade go without me, rally up, and I didn't take either the long or the short. And then basically my big Achilles heel happened where I ignored structure. So if we look at the structure of the market, we made this high here, and then we made a lower high, breaking this low. When the market came back up, we failed to take out this high right here. And so when we failed to take out this high, we made a lower high here. And so basically after that, long should have been dead to me. I shouldn't have been looking for longs at all because we had put in this lower high here. Well, the market came back down, back into my uh support area. And again, we got a little micro bounce off of the support area, just a little relief bounce. But this relief bounce failed. Again, putting in lower highs and lower lows, even though we hadn't really taken out this low yet, but we were coming for this low. We sell down again, and we look like we want to bounce here. I got a little anxious. I took the market long on another relief bounce here, even though we were bearish, hindsight being 2020, and this level broke completely, and we fell down and basically put in another lower low. So the main thing to take away from this trade was the fact that one, I'd missed two of my setups that I was potentially eyeing, and so I was a little bit more antsy than usual. And I just kind of wanted to take a trade because I saw two trades work out for me that I would have taken normally. And after those two trades kind of passed me up, I kind of just ignored the structure of the market and just decided, hey, it's at my level, it's at my area of interest. If I see a bounce, I'm gonna take it. And I took it, and it was the wrong move. I didn't really get good confirmation. I'm not gonna play bookmap on this one because I mean the market rallied and then dumped so fast that it stopped me out in a matter of seconds. So there's nothing really to review on my confirmation. It was more so just me ignoring structure and just kind of like having my own bias in the market messed with my head. Like, my bias was long. Also, based off of what we did here, my bias for long was a lot higher instead of, um, really just looking at what the market was doing and trading the market for what it was. So that was probably my biggest critique on this loss. This was an unnecessary loss. It was an unnecessary, $128 loss. However, the lessons that came out of it in the long run, I think are more important. All right, so this is the last trade that I'm going to review. This was on Wednesday, the 15th, and this was a $352 winner. This was on CPI. So on CPI, we rallied like crazy. And normally people are very, very bullish on CPI. And I mean, granted, on the day we did continue the rally up, but I was able to catch a really, really nice short to start the morning. This was my only trade on the day. It was a 14.25 winner. I was only risking 85 or $87, and it was a 4R multiple trade. So I wasn't risking that much. I think it was maybe like, I don't know, 3 points, something like that, to make 14. So really, really good trade. I'll show you guys my confirmation on Bookmap, but pretty much what I was looking at was I started to see some absorption, which I'll show you on the tape what that looks like. But I started to see buyers get absorbed up here, and I didn't have this level marked out beforehand. But what I noticed was we had a little bit of consolidation right here, these two candles before the market had dropped. So what I did was I marked this rectangle box here and dragged it across. And I said, okay, sellers were active here because we consolidated and then we had a pretty large drop um, in the pre-market. And so when we came back up to test this area, I was looking for sellers to potentially come back into the market and defend and drop down. And then where I got my target was basically there wasn't a lot of volume that got traded here because of CPI. So I think my target was almost like the low, like it was 59.53. So, yeah, 59.53. So there was just a large volume drop off here, which I think I can show you on Bookmap what that looked like. But that was pretty much my thesis on the trade. Ended up playing out really nicely. So let me show you guys on Bookmap what I saw that gave me the confidence to go ahead and pull the trigger. Here's this really disgusting move up that the market made. It was like 60 something points that the market had made on the way up from CPI. And the one thing that I noticed for my target and why I chose the target that I did was because of the fact that the market rallied up into this area twice before breaking through. And it was like right at 53 or 59.53, like this area. So that's why I had my target be right there. So if I draw a horizontal line right here, this is why I chose the area to get out that I did. Um, Now, if I fast forward to about 9:30 here, let's see, there it is, 9:30. Okay, so now the market's opened. You can kind of see that same area that I was talking about earlier. This is that kind of consolidation area that we had on the candlesticks. So if I draw another rectangular box here, this was kind of the area where I was looking to potentially short the market. Although I kind of had to look back at it because I started to spot the absorption before I saw the area. So, oops, I go ahead and play this, speed this up a little bit. So the market's open and we start to rally immediately up. And so I'm just kind of watching this area. Nothing's really formed yet that is really sparking my interest. And then we kind of fill this bid here or the ask, and the market moves down. I'm gonna slow this down a little bit. And then we come back up a couple times, and the market's just failing to take this high here. We're failing to move up any higher. Every attempt is basically failing, and there's just a seller on the opposite side that's making sure the market can't move up any higher. So we've tested this area now, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times, and the market just can't break this high. We sell down, and then we come back up again, and we just can't break it. So eventually I get short. I think it's when we pop up again, somewhere in this area. I'm gonna end up getting short once we fail. I think I get up a little bit higher. So I think it's like right around here. I end up taking the market short we're still kind of failing to go any higher. The market's putting in a lower high here, and then we're gonna move down aggressively. Yeah, so I think I got short, like, right here, and then we end up selling down, and we sell down, like, straight to my profit target. I mean, there was, like, very little pullbacks. We just gonna sell straight down. I'm gonna go ahead and kinda fast forward this because it happens within, like, a couple minutes. So, let's go ahead and speed this up. And we're gonna get, like, one really fast kinda burst of selling right there. And that was basically the whole trade. My profit target hit. I entered right at like 35 and I was out, or 9:35 and I was out at like 9:38. So it's like a quick 3-minute trade for 14 and a half points. Um, Super easy, really simple analysis. But yeah, that was my week. If you guys have any questions at all, leave them down in the comments. Like I said, I'm gonna be doing weekly trade recaps, whether it's a good week or a bad week. um, my main focus is just on managing my risk, taking good setups, not over trading, and hopefully I'll get this account funded at some point. I don't really have a timeline on it. I'm only $1,200 away, but however long it takes is how long it takes. So that's all I have for this one. Please make sure that you guys like, subscribe, comment, do all that good stuff, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.